Hi, today I'm going to make a demo of our most complete and best solution, collaborative live trading platform. And I'm going to address specific examples, and more important than that, I'm going to use this demo to publish a case study, and I'm going to address opportunities today in the stock market, opportunities shared with a restricted number of subscribers. And I'm going to also show you the features included in this service. If you refer to our website and if you visit the marketplace, you find that by clicking on software, these two services here, this one is named Collaborative Software Custom Live Platform for Small Investors, and this one Collaborative Software Platform for Hedge Fund Managers. If you wish to know more about this service, one is for non-professionals while the other one is for professionals, you can click here on Collaborative Trading and you have a description of features and the service, as well as some case studies that report to opportunities shared with subscribers to this plan. For example, the case of Netflix long-term investment at 52.86, or the crash in Twitter since $73 when I recommended to sell the stock. So I'm going to start with the demo. Once you subscribe to this service, non-professional or professional, you have access to this platform. On the top you see here on the left hand side tasks, thereafter you have conversations, notes, files. This is not a demo, this is an example of a real account, so I'm going to show you the example of a customer account. Therefore our demo is not based on fictional features or information. All this, what you are going to see, it has been available for a restricted number of individuals, and I'm going to show you how they make a large amount of money without incurring in any risk in the stock market whatsoever. Thereafter, I'm going not only to refer to some of the stocks that you are going, today everyone is talking about on the street. So by clicking here on tasks, you have access to educational tasks, trading tasks, reporting positions, profits and loss, and motivational tasks. Obviously, the content of these tasks depend on each customer. So each case is a different case. This implies from us a lot of resources, and therefore there is a limited number of seats for each service. I'm not going to click on each particular task. I'm going to pass to conversations. Conversations, basically it is here that we discuss the portfolio with the customer. So if the customer subscribes to certain stocks, for example, if he is interested to trade or to invest in Amazon or Alibaba or Tesla Motors, you have it here on conversations. So the price of the service, it depends on the number of stocks and the nature of the stocks that the customer is interested in. So this customer, for example, in his portfolio, he has F5 networks, Land's Hand, general topic trading, Netflix, Amazon, Alibaba, Transocean, Tesla Motors, Facebook, Valero, Best Buy, Goldman Sachs. You see here all the tickers on the left hand side, all right, as well as a general topic, no trading topics, and so on. So we have everything is here. And so, for example, if you have a question about, let's say, Netflix, you go to the conversation Netflix and you post your question there, and then our team responds that in real time. So each conversation, there is a conversation for each stock, and it is on this conversation that we post real-time trade alerts, real-time comments, and so on. So everything is said here. And for example, in the general topic trading, this is used to, for example, to post general comments about ETFs, the Qs, as an example, or market comments and other things of relevant interest for the customer or for everyone. Having said this, we are going to refer to today's example that was shared with customer. So when people ask me which in my opinion it is one of the key factors to be successful in investment, well, in my opinion it is the ability to read the market, and also in my personal case, I never fight against the visions that I have. That is a personal rule that I've been following since the very beginning, following my own intuition. So I'm addressing one of your questions that many people they have, and today I'm going to discuss two particular examples, Lance Hand and other F5 networks. And I'm going to do it because, I repeat, this is based on actual events, facts. I shared with my vision, my dream about this company, Lance Hand, with a restricted number of customers. My vision was that this stock, former strong buy, this is a spin-off of Sears Holdings, this company, and I recommended to invest in Lance Hand. And my personal upside on the stock, it was $54. Therefore, I recorded a video live that then I shared with subscribers, informing that once the stock started to approach $50, they should close long-term positions on the stock, and at the same time to start reversing to the short side. And so I defined a plan, to make a considerable large amount of profits on the short side, after making a considerable amount of profits on the long side. So the plan, if I just to describe it briefly, it was to sell short or start selling short Lance Hand from more or less $50 or 51 all the way up to 56 or above the upside, in fact, the 52 to 54, and to sell short the most above or near the upside. And I'm going to demonstrate this in real time, how all this information was given to customers. And moreover, I also offered to everyone a specific price target for this plan, $38.50. And I'm going to discuss not only the case of Lance Hand, as well as the case of F5 networks. But bear in mind that what I'm addressing here as a plan, an investment plan to make the most in the stock market, it was also addressed in many of the case studies that I've been publishing, the cases of Tesla Motors, Netflix, and so on, that you find in the website of the company. So, the customer receives here the information, and we are going to click here on Lance Hand. On the right hand side, by clicking on Lance Hand, you have here the information that this customer had access to. So what we are going to do here is to read the conversation more or less since the beginning, okay? So here you have on December 16, let's see if I can this, all right. So on December 16, I hope that you are visualizing this, hopefully. Let me just push this more to this side. Lance Hand downgraded strong buy to strong sell near 51 as stock reached basically our upside from $26 an half. So I upgraded stock to strong buy, $26 an half. I explained it. In fact, there is a free lesson in the free trading course where I refer to Lance Hand. Lance Hand, it is a spin-off from Sears Holdings, I repeat. And then we remain short Lance Hands since we do not see it trading much higher than $54, downside to be $38 an half. So this information was posted on December 16, 2014. Today, it is January 22, 2015. Thereafter, on December 17, for example, here you find information from my colleague, Lance Hand target for the day, $50.80. And then the same, saying on the same day, started selling short above $51, therefore is following the plan. Then you have some comments, okay, that I'm going also to refer to. And then here it follows on December 18, Lance Hand might behave as Lexmark several months ago, just for your guidance, okay? So I'm going to explain this. Bear in mind that all the content of this message, it is extremely important because it helps the customer to visualize what we are expecting, okay? So I defined the plan, we are following the plan, we are selling short Lance Hand, we expect the stock and we inform the customer that we expect the stock to move higher, that is to say above our initial entry short, therefore that the customer has to leave an important amount of capital to sell short most or to add to the short side near the upside or even above the upside. For example, here you have other comments, okay? Very short term, we don't see Lance Hand below $50 while the pivot holds momentum, okay? If you have make adjustments, reduce position, blah, 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 when last week, blah, 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 rallied on, crashing down to $38 an half after momentum vanished, okay? This is very important. This comment made on December 22, 2014 describes precisely the plan, what we are expecting the stock to crash to $38 an half, as it occurred in the case of Lexmark, and what the customer has to do, okay? Not to enter in panic, not to have emotional trading. So my add to short in Lance Hand, this is on January the 1st of 2015, I added to the short side, the most, obviously, above the upside, so at $56, worked quite well. And I say, at the same time, we need to wait for a while now. Thereafter, you see a few days later, 5 days later, I turned Lance Hand into a profit. That is to say, we had an initial short position, we sold short the most at $56, and Lance Hand started pulling back, and we turned that initial entry short, therefore the average, the 51 or whatever, with the maximum amount at 56, we turned the loss into a profit. And then the stock continued selling off, and then the stock, you see here already on Tuesday, lovely alert at 56, shares tanked to $50 so far. So, and then today already, I believe, some of these comments, and these, for example, were this week on Tuesday, and these today on Thursday, record trading profits 2015, crash, Lance Hand, short 56, and short F5 Networks 133 and 126, as well as in fact 131. So we sold short F5 Networks at different points, and I'm going also to address this case today. So thereafter I informed the customer and I shared this information with those that they were subscribed to this plan. And bear in mind, this plan, it was not available for everyone, for every single subscriber to this service. So this was available for a very restricted number of subscribers. This was in fact a secret, this plan in Lansrand. I announced the plan to make a fortune short Lansrand. After selling long positions, I'm very happy that it worked for all of you, and blah blah. And then congratulations, blah, in Lansrand, and so this to say, then what we have here again, Lansrand, and in the situation in F5 Networks, if you click here, F5 Networks, you have then access to basically the same content. So as a subscriber, you can see here, going to, on December 16, precisely notice that the coincidence with F5 Networks and Lansrand, short some F5 Networks near 131. After making a lot of money in F5 Networks, we re-entered the short stock at 131 yesterday, as several of you were informed. So you see here the message from December 16, and then the message December 17, and then here already today about the calls in Lansrand and F5 Networks. So there are several people that can help you in real time, providing all the information that it is necessary for you to follow up these investment plans in the stock market. So we are going back here to and I'm going now to show you. So this is the chart in Lansrand. Notice the accuracy of my call in Lansrand. So the plan, as you can visualize in December, I left on the chart this ellipse. So what I expected, it was the stock to move higher and then the stock to crash all the way down to $38 an hour. So it occurred, and it occurred basically in a matter of, let's say, 1 month, and basically also overnight. So you see here Lansrand crashed completely, and this is a very important profit. But the importance of this is not only the fact that the crash itself and the plan that I shared with subscribers. It was also to inform subscribers that if they had former long positions in Lansrand, they had to close positions, otherwise they would have given back 1, 2, 3, 4 months of profits in Lansrand. So if you didn't sell the stock, you would have given back basically all your profits overnight. So today you have a crash in Lansrand, and we are very happy with it, because this is according with the plan that was shared with subscribers. The other one, it is the case of F5 Networks, and bear in mind that F5 Networks is basically the same situation. We sold short the stock here. The stock fell all the way down to 109. So I referred to 109 at that time to be a target for the short side in F5 Networks. Bear in mind the situation is precisely very similar to Lansrand, because we had a former strong buy in F5 Networks since more or less $66.69. The stock was downgraded precisely in this region. So also recorded a video downgrading the stock, and also informing when to go short the stock. Bear in mind that when you refer to these last 5 months in F5 Networks, you notice that this in September it was not the top. So the stock corrected, and then the stock rallied all the way up to a new 52-week high. So when in September I addressed this opportunity, I also informed at that time that my upside in F5 Networks to be precisely $135, okay? So what happened, it was the stock, although it rallied to that upside, the $135, the $135 proved to be precisely then the top. So the customer sold short here in September, and then he had basically 2 possibilities: or to close here the short position and to re-enter here, or to maintain the short position and then to add to the short side the most precisely in this region in December, when also we sold short the case of Land's End. And today, basically what you had overnight, it is what it happened in October, but even better, because now the customer has by far more profits, not only in terms of percentage, as well as the fact that he is repeating the same amount or even more in terms of profits, and without incurring in any risk whatsoever. One of the sentences that you often can listen from me on case studies is without any risk whatsoever. So I'm going to explain without any risk whatsoever here. Without any risk whatsoever is the fact that we defined the plan for both stocks, and the plan worked to perfection. So not only the customer had a very vast amount of profits in F5 networks on the long side, he had the opportunity to sell the stock. He even had the opportunity to sell the stock above our own expectations, and then to sell short the most. Okay, so the risk, the zero risk that I mentioned in several case studies, it was the fact that I addressed well in advance what I expect to happen in F5 networks as well as in Land's End. And bear in mind that we gave the precise tops in both cases in F5 networks and Land's End to customers. So we are not talking about volatility, we are not talking about for example, the customer to enter short, let's say at 100, and the stock continue moving up to 130 and then declining to $80. We are not talking about that. We are talking about very precise, very accurate plans, investment plans to make millions of dollars in the stock market without any risk whatsoever. And this worked to perfection. So we offer to the customer, to the subscriber, the very top in F5 networks, the very top in Land's End, and then thereafter it was up to the customer, according to his trading capital, according to his positions in the market, to follow the guidance, the instructions, and to trade if he wanted to do that, to trade his own account. Okay, we don't trade the customer's account. We teach how to trade, how to invest in stock market, and even if the customer didn't want to trade because he's not obliged to trade or to invest in stock market, he could visualize how to invest, how to trade by following precisely our all the conversations that we post in real time, all those comments, all those trade alerts, all those plans, and the form that we follow up each stock and we explain the game on each stock, how to make consistent profits in the stock market regardless of stock market conditions. And bear in mind that these cases that I'm addressing today, F5 networks and Land's End, they are not exceptional cases, they are normal cases. I could refer to, I repeat, many other examples of the same even more profitable opportunities, as it was the case of Netflix or Tesla Motors or Amazon. All those stocks discussed with subscribers in real time. Okay, so a very high accuracy, very well defined plans, and everything explained in detail on each conversation. So the value, this is our best service for these customers, non-professionals and professionals. And I repeat that there are limited seats because we have limited resources, and we cannot have, since we are reporting this and making this in real time, helping customers in real time on a daily basis, we cannot have many customers in this service for obvious reasons. Therefore, the price of the service also contemplates that fact. But the price of the service, it is, I would say, ridiculous compared to the level of profits that these subscribers are doing. Okay, so this is a very clear explanation, a demonstration, a demo, but a demo different from any other company, because we address a real case example of a real account, of a customer account, and I demonstrated here, I believe very well, how, for example, this customer had the opportunity to make millions of dollars without any risk whatsoever. If then the customer decided to follow the plan or to trade his own account or not to trade, that is customer responsibility. It is not our own decision. So if the customer decided to invest or to sell short Land's End, fine. Today I believe that the customer is very happy. If the customer didn't decide for whatever reason not to sell short Land's End, or even if the customer, for example, decided to do precisely the opposite, today I believe that the customer is a very unhappy person. Okay, so it is always up to the customer the decision to do whatever he wants, and he does not need to trade the account if he does not want to. So this works not only, I repeat, for professionals as well as for non-professionals. I'm referring to hedge fund managers and investment banks. Is precisely the same. So where you can find this information? You can find this information precisely here on the marketplace by clicking on software, and you have here the service. You have it here. Just going to put here. You have it here: collaborative software custom live platforms for small investors and for hedge fund managers. These are our most complete solutions. And if you want to know more, you click here on collaborative trading. I'm doing this also to demonstrate and to answer to your request for a demo about this service. And if you want to know more about how to invest in F5 networks or in Land's End, you could click here on stocks, and for example, Land's End, it should be here. If you click in Land's End, for some reason, exactly, it is here, as I can show you. So just have to... here, how to invest in Land's End stock. So if, for example, if you were not a subscriber to that service, the collaborative live trading platform, you could nevertheless be a subscriber to this annual plan, how to invest in Land's End stock. This is available for hedge fund managers and investment banks, and by subscribing to this particular product or service for 1 year, you receive all the information, and today you are a very happy subscriber for obvious reasons. Okay, so I terminate this demonstration, which in fact it is more than a demonstration, a case study, including 2 examples of F5 networks and Land's End. And this is the video that you can find on the website, also based on a call that we made in GoPro at $95, and you can see here how you could have bought this lovely car without incurring in any risk whatsoever. By learning about investment in the stock market, we make it real, and this is the live call that was made in GoPro at near $45. In the trading courses, this is the pillar that we consider that is fundamental. As a subscriber to that service, you have access. I'm showing you this because as a subscriber to the collaborative live trading platform, you have access to this trading course. Okay, so the basic trading course, you have a definition of features here. You have here the description of many lessons. And you also have here the case studies based on actual trade alerts shared with and recorded live with subscribers. Okay, so the bull market in GoPro, the bear market in GoPro, and precisely the most important pivot discussed in the basic and advanced trading course, and finally the price if you wanted to participate, and also some reviews. And the description or the list of courses available here, the trading course, light trading course, the free course, the course on emotional analysis for traders, and the advanced trading course. So you have all the information, all the tools, and this is precisely our objective, to provide you all the tools to succeed in the stock market. But you can do it without participating. If you don't want to trade, you have all the tools, resources to learn about investment in the stock market. If you just want to be a student, instead of gambling in the stock market, blowing up your account by following other perspectives other than to learn about what is the most important, that is precisely the ability to read the market, or what the market or what the stock is likely to do. Okay, so congratulations to all subscribers, in particular those that they decided to include Landshan and F5 networks in their plans, as well as Amazon, Netflix, and Tesla Motors, and many others that they are or they have been doing precisely what we announced these stocks to do. Thank you.